What do you think we need? Sauce? Yep, I've got sauce. And I've got cheese. And I've got some mushrooms. Oh, what else do we need for a pizza?
You need a base.
A base? I don't need a base. The base is boring. We don't want that bit, do we?
But it won't work.
It won't work? Why won't it work?
You don't have foundation.
I haven't got any foundations. I don't need foundations. I've got Darren. Darren, can you borrow me just for 2 minutes? Now, would anybody like to come and help me make this pizza? Yeah? Come on then. Come up here. Thank you.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Come over here and wash your hands with my assistant. He thinks he knows better than me. He thinks he's going to make a pizza with a base. But I don't think we need it. So, just take a seat. In fact, you probably ought to wash your hands as well first.
At least I'll be worried.
I'll be nice, I promise.
Hey, you watch jobs dependent.
She can blame me. She knows nothing.
I am chef. Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
Hello, I'm Gordon.
Hello, you can't stand there. I need you to stand up, sorry. Because I need Darren to come and sit here. Right. So Darren, you're going to be our pizza.
Thank you.
Stick your hands on the tray for me, please.
Like that, I assume?
Yeah, like that. That sounds good. Right. So, who wants to help me and who wants to help Benjamin? You're going to help Benjamin. Okay, you're going to help me. Come over here then. Right. So, how do we make a pizza?
You have to put sauce on it and then put
Sauce
it on.
and spread it around. So, if I squeeze some sauce onto my base, there we go.
Thanks.
And some sauce on that one. And some ketchup as well. Let's make it really nice and tomatoey.
You can't put ketchup on it.
Yeah, you can. Right, you want to come and spread it around?
Yeah, you can
Grab a spoon. Do
No.
you want to grab a spoon and help spread it?
She can do that one, I can do this.
Yeah, there we go.
Mind your pretty white dress.
Yeah, don't get
Sorry,
crumbs
Mum.
on your dress. If you need more sauce, we can always get some more.
Yeah, I think we need some more sauce, don't you?
There we go.
Maybe
Does that look good? Yeah? Just put it on the tray, we'll clean it up afterwards.
yeah.
Now, shall we put some topping on?
How much? We have to do the cheese.
You want to put cheese on first? Go on then, you put your cheese on first. Plenty of cheese.
Plenty of cheese. It's not too much and not too little.
You've made pizza before.
Fat around the side.
Yeah.
No, I think that looks good.
Yeah, that looks.
Right, well it's alright. Do you think it doesn't? I think it needs a bit more cheese than that, because
Yeah, it needs more.
Don't the whole bowl on his hand.
you need some as well. So let's put some topping on as well, put some mushrooms on.
You
Oh, you're laughing at it. You're eating it.
You're gonna get 3.
Thank you.
Right,
Just one more to go.
okay. So shall we give the toppings to the other ones doing the other boring pizza over there?
Oh, his hand! You're gonna cook his hand.
So, what do I need to do now?
Cook it.
Cook it? Well, in that case, if you stand up, how are we going to manage with this? What's going to happen?
He's gonna break his arm.
His arm's gonna burn.
His arms are going to burn, and what's going to happen to all the toppings when he tries to walk over to the kitchen?
It'll fall off.
It'll all fall off and fall over everywhere, won't it?
And he'll slip.
And he'll slip and make a mess.
Yeah.
Pour some more cheese.
Maybe I didn't think this one through properly.
Yeah, we made much.
What about this pizza here? Do you think that one's going to be much better and much easier to cook?
More.
Yeah, you
Yeah?
can cook his hands off.
So,
More
in that
cheese.
case,
Cook your hands off.
I think maybe Benjamin was right. Maybe we did need a base. Maybe we did need a foundation to
Yeah,
put our
nobody
pizza
needs
on.
a base. You
More
can break
cheese.
his hands.
Okay, I think that's enough base. And, thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
So, we're going to go and make Benjamin's pizzas. And Sarah's going to teach you, they're going to talk about what this means, I think.
Talking for a bit, I'm afraid. I hope you have enjoyed your pizza so far, and hopefully gathered that we're talking about the wise man and the foolish man. This is the first of our series in a load of parables that we are talking about. Now, parables are stories that Jesus told, and he told them, and they seem to have one meaning, but actually they had a different meaning about him and heaven and things like that. So we're going to have a look at these on Sundays and on Thursdays between now and nearly as far as the summer. So today is the first one, and as we heard in the little video, Jesus had gone up to a mountain to talk to lots and lots of his followers. And this passage in the Bible is called the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus was telling his followers the best way to live their lives. These things are not very easy for us to hear always, and definitely not very easy for us to do. The Jews had got lots and lots of laws which were handed down from Moses and the Ten Commandments. And in this long, long sermon that Jesus told, that he takes these laws and expands them and explains what they mean today, to the today then. If you want to read the Sermon on the Mount, it is in the Bible, it's in the book of Matthew, and it's chapters 5, 6 and 7. So it is quite a long sermon, and you'll be very grateful that I'm not doing that today. During his sermon, Jesus turns the social hierarchy of the day on its head. He says things like, those who are poor in spirit will be blessed because the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Well, they thought all the rich people were the ones that would be blessed. They thought they would be the ones. They said those who mourn will be blessed because they will be comforted. And again, they didn't realise what that meant. He included lots of other strange statements. He talked about murder, he talked about adultery, he talked about divorce, he talked about how we should give our money to those people in need, he talked about prayer, how we should pray, and that's where we find the Lord's Prayer, which was his example for how we could pray. He told them, do not worry. One of the things he said, if you worry, can you add a single hour to your life? If you look first for God, and all these things that you might worry about will be given to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has got enough trouble of its own. I think sometimes we might feel like that, but actually it's good to know that we don't have to worry. Jesus encourages everybody to look to him to find out more. He encourages them and says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened. So this was something else in his sermon. After the long list of all these instructions in his sermon, all the advice he gave, all the things he talked about, we come to the story of the wise and the foolish builder. And I will read that to you now. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. Now, you have seen two illustrations of this already. We've had John trying to make a pizza without a base, which could be like a house without not on the rock. And we've had trying to build a tower on a beanbag, which isn't really a very strong base. I've made these little houses. Some of you have got these to make on your tables. This house has got a base on, and although it's made of paper, I could squish it if I wanted to, but trying to press it, it's quite hard to squish. This house, I did the same thing, but I didn't bother sticking it on the base. And when I do that, it squishes much easier. And that's just the difference between what it's resting on. Now, this is quite good advice for builders. If you're going to build a house, and you actually want to, then you do need to dig proper foundations so that the house doesn't fall down. But that wasn't really all that Jesus was talking about. Jesus was talking about our lives, how we build them, how we can be the best person that we can, and what we base our life and our hope on. Do we base our hope and decisions on Jesus and his teachings, or do we put our hope in ourselves, in our friends, in our family? Jesus tells us to put our hope in him. You might wonder, how does basing your lives on the words of a book help you? But the Bible is not just any book. The Bible is inspired by God, and basing your life and hopes on God, the creator of all things, does help you. It doesn't mean that your life will be perfect and that nothing will ever go wrong. But it does mean that you have a rock to support you in all the times, even when you think that you are alone in the dark. He will be with you, guiding you back towards the light. So I have got somewhere, here. I've got little wooden blocks, like the giant ones, but mini versions, that I will come and give you in a minute. And if you want to, you can write on those the things that you want to base your life on, and you can take those home as a reminder. Now, I've put things that I would aim to base my life on. It does not mean I'm perfect and always do this. But I've got Jesus on mine, I have prayer, I've got the Bible, the Holy Spirit, love, and God. They're the things I wrote. But you can draw a picture, you can write on them, and we can see what you come up with.